Dress code for photographers. I think it's something that's, I don't think there's enough talk about how photographers should dress. You should dress appropriately for each job. That's the type of job that you're actually doing. If you're going to go out on a construction site, you've got to be prepared to, put all the PPI gear on, or, your waterproof trousers and your high-vis jackets,
your
hard hats, all of those sort of things. We know all of that. We have to legally do all of those things, to be able to do our job. But I'm talking more about, if we're doing a job, let's say it could be a wedding, it could be a commercial shoot. If you're going to if you're going to say the offices of, let's say, a bank, in central London or something, you've got a meeting, okay, with one of the marketing managers there, and they've been in touch because they need some photography doing, or video. And they want it because they want to produce some social media content. They want some photography and imagery around their offices. And you've got a meeting at this, at Barclays, let's say Barclays, right?
Yeah, Barclays.
Headquarters.
Yeah.
Okay, Central London marketing manager meeting. And there's also going to be about 3 other key decision makers in that meeting.
Yeah.
So how would you dress?
Oh, well, I'd be shirt, tie, and trousers.
Okay, so you'd be suited up, wouldn't you?
Suited up, yeah.
Okay. So why is there the opposite of that, when people will arrive there in their sort of, black jeans, their Vans? Oh, there are other brand trainers and shoes out there, and just wearing, I don't know, a black t-shirt or whatever, or pretty much not going business like. Yeah, that happens, doesn't it? That happens all the time, doesn't it?
It does happen.
And the thing is like, well, we're creative, so this is how we dress. If I dress like this, I'm showing I'm a creative. I don't need to dress in a shirt and tie and a suit, and that's for you bankers, but that's not what I do. I'm a photographer. I'm a creative, and this is how I dress. Now, someone out there's listening is going to say, "Who cares how you dress?" But the thing is if you were to walk in, it's that first impression that someone's going to get. And now again, someone's going to be saying, "Yeah, but it depends how good you are at your job. What if I'm a great photographer? Doesn't mean I need to dress well." The thing is, first impressions still matter.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I kind of agree, because I'd wear a suit and tie as well. But I don't know. I mean, in some respects, though, let's just say, I mean, I know it's a famous guy. Let's say back in the days, you commissioned Andy Warhol for something, right? And if Andy Warhol turned up in a suit that was reasonably boring and, just did standard, you'd be like, this is not what I was expecting, because you want something to be a bit more creative. So I guess the question I'm trying to raise here is a suit and tie appropriate for a creative? Because I don't know, if I wanted a creative to do something, would I want them to look like a banker? Do you know what I mean? Because bankers, I mean, and this is, so I want to be very careful here, because I'm sure there's very creative bankers out there and very artistic bankers out there, but generally bankers aren't seen as being particularly artistic or creative. So, and I'm not saying you wear stuff that it makes you look like a slob, but you mentioned black jeans. I wear black jeans now when I do my family photography, because they're you get stretchy ones now, which is great, because I'm lying on the floor, rolling around, whatever. And it's better on my knees because it's a thicker material, and when I'm kneeling down taking pictures and stuff, it's actually better for my knees. So, and I wear a shirt with it. Now they're like the skinny jeans, so they look like jeans. They are jet black, but they are jeans. And I mean, I do wear shoes with it rather than trainers, because I like slip-on shoes. But yeah, I don't know if it's a bad thing. If you're going into a meeting and you are a creative and people see you as a creative and you come in wearing a suit, people might also think, well, is he that creative then? Because
I don't agree.
Quite almost boring. That's not what we want him to be or her to be. We want them to be creative. and we want
No,
them to
yeah.
come and clothing is, you wouldn't. Okay, I know you mentioned Barclays Bank there, and we were talking about bankers, but if you were, I don't know, trying to take photos or get on board with a fashion designer, would you just wear a boring suit and tie, or would you wear something a bit more artistically fashiony and stuff?
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So, yeah. So, okay. Yeah, no, I get it. So a suit doesn't have to be, it's a suit. It's boring. Suits can look incredibly fashionable. Suits can make you look professional. Suits make you look like you take a pride in your job. You take a pride in your appearance.
Depends on the suit.
Right? And it could, that's right. Yeah, but you're going to wear an appropriate suit. Okay. Now, and you can make it look really good. Now, if you want to be a little bit more flamboyant, wear a tie that maybe, sort of says something a little bit more about you,
Yeah.
But you want to walk in and make an impression. And if you're there with the marketing manager and you're there with key decision makers, there's every chance that while you're in there, that marketing manager, his manager may come in, and his manager may be, 3 or 4 levels above him in a position, and if you look smart and you present yourself smartly, you come out of there, and I think, because do you fit their image as well? Do you, I think if you speak the right language, we're not talking about how talented you are here as a photographer. Let's forget that. Before, again, if somebody says here, it doesn't matter, it's only how good you are at your job. But if
I guess the point is, if you've got two people who are good at your job, you've got to stand out, haven't you?
Two people that are identical in their talent are going to produce exactly the same job. Okay, which one would you be inclined to go for if you were, say, the marketing manager at a bank or something? Right now, here's another thing. So you've got to think, okay, I've got to go and shoot pictures in their offices. I don't know who I'm going to come across. I don't know who I'm going to meet. I don't know who I'm going to be introduced to. Okay. Now, I know that somebody, that you might be in a situation where someone's thinking, oh, I'd like to have introduced this person to, the chief of the bank. I think this guy's great, but bloody hell, he or she doesn't half look scruffy. I'm not gonna. Yeah, right.
I'm just gonna pull something up there, because there's I think a difference to what we're saying here. I'm saying my natural thing would be to wear a suit. Don't get me wrong, okay?
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily saying that that's the way to go. That is a difference to looking scruffy. All right. I'm not saying you should turn up somewhere looking scruffy.
Yeah.
My point is, to make an impression doesn't have to be a suit and a tie.
No, there's lots of other smart wear.
You could wear a blazer and a t-shirt with black jeans and some funky trainers.
Yeah.
Actually, that looks quite smart.
A lot of people are wearing trainers, or the more sort of canvassy trainer type comfort now with suits rather than formal shoes. I get that.
Absolutely. It doesn't have to. What you don't want is to walk in with jeans and a t-shirt with, I don't know, last night's dinner down it or something like that.
Yeah,
that's a no-no. But it doesn't necessarily mean you have to wear a suit, I guess.
No, I think I'm talking suit, stroke, smart, casual wear. I'm talking business wear. Okay, business wear doesn't have to be a suit. I think suits went out for many industries quite a few years ago. They used to have dress down Fridays, didn't they? That's how it all started. And then it changed. And then companies like Apple, when they now, do their keynote speaker things, they're all t-shirt and jeans, aren't they? It's very much, and I get that. And I'm not saying a suit is the right thing to do. It's the only thing that's going to get you the job. I'm not saying that. I'm just talking, having the general conversation of what is expected. And if you're unsure, I always feel that it's better to overdress, because you can easily find yourself underdressed. You walk into an office and you think, and you've gone in your hooded top and your black jeans and your trainers, and you walk in and you think, and you immediately feel a bit out of your comfort zone. Remember, don't forget your talent. It doesn't matter how good you are at your photography. You might be the best photographer that's out there. It's got nothing to do with that. But you can feel out of your comfort zone thinking, I feel a little bit underdressed here. But you can't overdress. If you do, you turn up, you think...
See, you can overdress, though. Right? I think you can.
No, I was going to come on to that. Let's just say you do, okay? Take your tie off. You could take your suit jacket off.
Yeah, but you're just talking about blokes here, by the way, Cam.
Yeah, but women can do the same as well, because women wear suit jackets, blazers, sports
but they
jackets.
couldn't come in a ball gown, could they? That would be
No, but
overdressed.
Like a guy wouldn't go in a black tie, would he? Right. But I'm talking about right. You've got, you go into someone's offices and you've got a suit on and everyone's dressed down. You think, God, I feel really overdressed here. Now, you might feel really overdressed, but nobody will really think, wow, he or she is overdressed. But what they can think is they look a bit of a mess. Now, you can dress down very easily if you've got a suit and tie on. Take your tie off, pop it in your bag, take your jacket off, and you immediately look, you've just got suit trousers and a shirt on. And it's the same for women as well. There's this similar attire. And I'm just saying that we should do photographers, videographers and creatives get away with I can get away. I see it in weddings. I was
just about to say about weddings.
When
that's
people
a different thing.
I think there's a lot of people I see now, when you see them on social media and they'll put their sort of behind the scenes stuff, and I see them dressed at a wedding and I'm thinking, first of all, your pockets are bulging. You've got your keys, you've got everything in your pockets. Your trousers are dropping down just because you've got so much weight and stuff in your pockets. All right. You've got a t-shirt on that's branded or something, right? You just look a mess, right? Yeah. And you're at a wedding as well, and shorts. Okay. Now I know this is a big thing because I've seen online where photographers say, I don't care, I'm going in shorts, I can't work, I get too hot and all of that. And the bride said to me, oh yeah, great, you're wearing shorts and all of that nonsense and everything. I think it's fine to not wear a suit at a wedding so much now. I think you can dress down a little bit but still look really smart, sort of smart casual, but still be very respectful that you're at a wedding and
I get that
you're working. Okay. So if you'd have asked me a few years ago about weddings, I said, no, you have to wear a suit. End of. I don't think that now.
You see, actually for a wedding, I still think you should wear a suit. Mainly because it's a brilliant trick. If your second photographer or associate photographer or whatever you're supposed to call seconds these days, is in the background of one of your pictures, but it's suited.
Definitely,
it blends in. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Huge help.
It's massive help. So it doesn't matter if he or she ends up in your photo because they could look a bit like a guest. That's right, it's absolutely fine. Yeah, I've seen photographers. I know some photographers. What they do is they wear black jeans and a black t-shirt, and I think the idea there is so that they again blend in, so they're not, I
don't agree with that.
Well, I'm not saying I do, but I kind of get where they're coming from, and what they're trying to say is that people dress for certain occasions, and they think that's right. I don't. I think you should, if you're at a wedding. I mean, I mean, the graduations as well. I mean, I have a waistcoat, I have a tie. I sometimes have a pocket watch. It's I feel you need to dress for that. But having an interview with someone who wants you as a creative and you wear something that is artistic, there's a flamboyance about it, I don't think that's a problem.
Can I go back to, just want to jump back to something you said, Mark, about people will wear black jeans, black top, whatever, in weddings. A lot of the a lot of the people that work in that industry, a lot of them they work for, they're shifting gear around, that type of thing. A lot of them, they work at events where they're working sort of backstage and they're working on stage. So what they do is they'll wear all black because they're not as obvious. Right, they're not as conspicuous on camera, and they can move around backstage at a live event, and they won't really get seen, or they're not noticed so much. Okay. Yeah. Now, what's happened is that look, shall we say, in inverted commas, that look has created these other creatives thinking, oh right, okay, well I can dress like that when I'm at a wedding, right? And those guys have got it completely wrong, because you stand out, I think, like a sore thumb. Yes, you're working, and you there's those people say, well, I don't care. Well, I'm working, and I can only work like this. I can't work in a suit. Well, if you can't work in a suit, then you're wearing the wrong suit, because the right suit can be one of the most comfortable things that you'll ever wear. Okay, suit trousers can be far more comfortable, far more adaptive,
stretchy
than a pair of jeans. Okay, so anyone that says I can't work in a suit, it's because you don't know, you haven't got the right suit. Okay. And that whole black look is for people that work at live events on stage. It's for those guys. that are working in TV studios. You know, but it's changed so much now that there is this very much of this anything goes type of attitude. I think there's a lack of respect. I think there's a lack of respect for recognizing where you are. You know, I can go to a job and I can wear black trainers, black jeans, black t-shirt, and I'll wear that if I know that's what I need to be doing. You know, if that's how I need to dress. I'll do that. I'll go to a construction site. I'm not going to just wear black trousers, black t-shirt, and a pair of trainers because I'm going on a construction site because I'm a creative. I know that I've got to wear probably waterproof trousers. You know, I've got to have my boots on me. Now, some people might say it's obvious, but a lot of people that aren't familiar with this, they think because they're creatives, they just dress the same way with every little job. So if you dress appropriately for a building site, a construction site to go and do a shoot, you should be thinking about, right, okay, I've got to go to somebody's offices. I've got to go to a graduation event. I've got to go to a wedding. I've got to go to a black tie do, you know, and I just think I think photographers should be upping their game.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Up your game, everyone, with your dress code. Up your game, dress appropriately, go out and buy the right clothes for the right shoot. Don't wear the same black jeans and t-shirt and your black Vans for every shoot that you go and do. Dress like a professional, you know, up your game. That's what I'm saying.